just kept remembering, this isn't supposed to be my life. I take care of my children and I work and I go to school and I'm trying to improve myself. I do everything that you think you're supposed to do to be normal and raise your kids to be contributors of society, and that it didn't make sense. I had to move out of my apartment. That same week I was accepted into graduate school. I'm supposed to be a student, but in the meantime, we were still living in this homeless situation where we had severe mold problems, and my son has asthma, so he was constantly sick and in the emergency rooms, and we lived like that for a year and a half. Then I get a letter that says I'm accepted to Habitat. So it was this really bad experience and then two wonderful, great experiences, and so it's how do I put things into perspective? We moved in November 1st, 2010. So the first week that we lived here, my son's health cleared up and his attitude just instantly changed. And I know that it's because we have this home. He's been able to make friends here. He's been able to flourish. It's a phenomenon what happened. And my eldest son, Patrick, he was away in New York going to school during the time that we actually moved in. Before, he couldn't wait to leave. He needed out. Once he came home for Christmas break, he asked me if he could stay. I felt proud that I could offer them a place that they wanted to be. 500 hours of construction is a long time, but I would do that over again, you know. Now that I know what home ownership really brings to families.
We are immigrants from Moldova. I know that not many Americans are familiar, but there is actually a lottery where you can win a permanent residentship to America. This way the government increases the diversity of the population, and we only had 4 bags of stuff with us. So it was new beginning, totally new beginning. But then recession hit, and our family income was seriously affected by that. So we barely had money to buy food, gas, and pay for the daycare. Shortly after the recession, we found out that our family size is just about to increase. Considering 1-bedroom apartment, 2 adults, 2 kids, and 1 cat, that would have been kind of tough. I remember that day when I received a phone call that we got selected for Habitat and we are just about to build our house. October 3rd, it was the day our life changed forever because we moved in our house after we completed 500 hours of sweat equity. Being the first generation of immigrants, you have no family around you. Getting the house from Habitat, it's not only getting the house, it's also a membership to a strong community.
All your neighbors is working with you to build this house, your house. And you can tell about these guys, like after the job you can tell about this guy everything. It's good to know who will be your neighbor in the future.
My husband started the foundation of his house, and both me and him, we did lots of work here. Of course, not only by ourselves, it was our wonderful volunteers and supervisors here all the time. Once we started talking about houses with Nikolai, he realized that it's not something every child gets for granted, that it's a very special gift. So I said, so is there anything you can do to help that dream to come true? And he said, oh yeah, I can donate my toys, or I can get some money from my piggy bank and donate it to Habitat. money from 7-year-old boy.
In all this world, it's something yours, it's your house. It's my family, my place, my kids, and it's make you happy.
So having house and being a member of Habitats community, that really helped us a lot, and our future looks bright and hopeful.
In June of 2008, my fiance, Tom, the father of my 2 younger kids, was killed in a motorcycle accident. At that point, I had been a stay-at-home mom. Obviously, that had to change. You know, I couldn't stay home any longer. But because of where I'm at here in a Habitat home, it allowed me to be able to make the choice of not going back to bartending, but to go to school, to get my nursing degree, in hopes to provide a better future for my children. What has been the most important part is through this whole process, I have been able to gain the ability to believe in myself and strength to face hardships and obstacles. When we started building our house, we met Jasmine and Vanessa, her mom, and we actually got quite a bond going, helping each other. Jasmine is like a second daughter to me. Jasmine's dad was killed when she was 4, which was the same age that Danica was when her dad died. So she's been such a support to Danica, somebody that fully understands where she's at and what she's feeling, and it's great having a neighbor like that. I'm very thankful to have met Jasmine and her mom, Vanessa. Danica, my 6-year-old, really has an eye for noticing things that most people don't, and giving her a camera has given her a tool to tell those stories. She took a picture of an AmeriCorps working at the Habitat site, and she took it through the chain link fence, and so the fence was blurred in the foreground, and then the person was very crisp in the background. And she titled that "Working with Pride," which I thought was an amazing picture. And here she is 6, and she's able to tell this story about how you can work together to accomplish anything, which is something that most adults don't understand. Even if you don't have a lot, it's really important to give. It will come back to you. It may not be in the way that you want it to, and it may not be in the way that you expect it to, but it will be in the way that you need it to.